under the e-invoicing threshold limit? If your business turnover exceeds 5 crore, then be ready to prepare GST invoicing under GST compliance. Hello everyone, I am Crore from Webtel. In this video, I will give you the automated solution for easy invoicing for all the small taxpayer with a turnover of 5 crore or exceed to ease the extra compliance mandate for you from 1st August 2023. So stay tuned, and before starting this video, I will request you to subscribe our YouTube channel, that is Webtel Electrosoft, to get regular compliance updates. First, we need to discuss the changes enabled for the taxpayer. For this, I am taking you to my screen for better understanding.
Now the government has issued the notice. Let's have a look on the notices that government has issued on 10th May 2023 by the Minister of Finance. Now in this notice, they have clearly mentioned that in the said notification, in this first paragraph, with effect from the first day of August 2023, for the words 10 crore rupees and the words 5 crore rupees shall be submitted. So that means now it become a mandatory from 1st August onward that the turnover would be considered more than 5 crore. They are now eligible to generate their invoices in the e-invoicing. So now let's understand how this will be get applicable. From 2017 financial year, that is 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, any of this financial year, if the turnover is exceeding more than 5 crore, then the invoicing is mandatory for them. Now, on which type of the documents the invoices is mandatory is that taxable, tax invoice, debit, credit note, and in the case of the export transaction. Because once the invoices is generated on these type of the documents, then it become a legal document. So now what type of the document the invoicing is not mandatory are the receipt, refund vouchers, under the case of the reverse charges mechanism, exemption in the supply, and in the case of input server distributor. On these type of the invoices, IRN number or the invoicing is not mandatory. Now, which type of the business entity e-invoicing is not mandatory is first of all your insurance company, then non-banking financial company and banking financial companies, the financial institution in special economic zone, these type of the industries, and moreover a good transport agency, a person supplying passenger transport services, a person supplying services admission to the exhibition of the cinematographic films in the multiplex services like your PVRs and cinemas. These type of these entity, the invoicing is not mandatory for them. Now, how the e-invoicing will be generated and what is the difference between e-invoicing and the normal invoice? You will generate normally your invoices, but for e-invoicing you have to send your invoices to the government portal where the invoice, on that invoice, the IRN number will be generated, which has the structure of 64 alphanumeric, in which whole the invoices details are there, and QR code is published. With the help of the QR code, scanning the QR code, the invoice detail can be received. So this is one type of a paperless transaction can be done. The government it will be easy for everybody to share their invoices with the different TRPs. So this is one main common difference, that the normal invoice and generated invoice will be more convenient to the entity. Now, why do choose the Webtel for invoicing? How the Webtel will help? First of all, we have a seamless integration with the various ERP, whether the ERP you have the SAP, whether you have Finces or in-house ERP, all type of for the ERPs we have a integration process with the various mode of integration like T-code, staging methods. The invoicing can be generated, data get validated properly. Now, once the invoices JSON is generated, that whether the JSON is digitally signed or not, all the informations are correctly, JSON is properly generated or not. So these type of validations are there, so that without any disturbance, without any interruption, your invoices can be generated cost effective. Once this process will be there, your costing of having dedicated employee for generating the invoice, having a look on whether the invoice is generated or we have forgotten. So this will reduce your cost or the burden of the invoices generation. Then is your bulk generation. Not only a single invoice can be generated, but a multiple in a one click you can generate your invoice. Data security is there. Yes, with the real-time monitoring can be done, so that proper check on how much invoices are pending for generation, how much has been generated. And moreover, we have a support team that help them to support you if any hassle or any interruption you feel in generating the invoices. This is the Webtel web utility portal. In this, the user can log into this web utility through any browser. So first of all, we will view the dashboard. In this dashboard, you can see that e-invoices is generated, that it will tell us that within this last 30 days how many invoices has been generated, how many invoices has been entered but not ready for the generation, and how many invoices has been cancelled in the past 30 days. So first and foremost information we need to enter is the corporate detail. In this corporate detail, for example, I have mentioned the Webtel Electrosoft Private Limited, the name is mentioned. Now in this corporate detail, we have to mention the company detail, that is which company is now the Webtel is having, and all the company detail will be listed in this information. Then of those companies we have to mention the GST number, so that it become more easier for the user to enter the invoice detail. So now of the various multiple company detail, we have to enter the GST detail, and then we have to mention the unit detail also. For now the corporate having the various units, so all the unit detail need to be mentioned in this section. Then next is your department, that who is going to use this utility, that department detail need to be mentioned in this session. Then next is the party master. Now Webtel might be having the various multiple party details, so the user can enter the party detail of the Webtel not manually, but we have the Excel template to import the bulk party detail through this Excel template. Now I will open this Excel template. You can see through this Excel template we can enter all the party details through this template. Then next is your item master. After the party master we have the item master. In this all the product detail need to be mentioned, that is product name, what is the, whether it is a service or a goods, product description, HSN code, barcode, what would be the tax rate, then unit measurement, then what would be the price. For item detail, it is possibility that the corporate might be having the multiple item, so we have also the Excel template available for the item master also. So I will open up the Excel sheet, mention all the item detail in this Excel sheet, and import the data in this utility with the bulk item detail. After that is the admin master, in which the admin who would be the main user of this utility, that detail need to be entered. After the admin master, the user can add the invoice start number, that is the document from which series the document is number is to be mentioned, or the starting, that sequence can be mentioned over here. Then the user information. The user the admin can create the multiple user who can use this utility and allocate the work according to the user. For example, the corporate name is Webtel Electrosoft. Now we will select a user name, and then we can see that which unit is needed to allocate this specific user, what permission is we required to give, like I want to give the generation, cancellation and get invoice option, I have to allow this user, so I can select accordingly and allocate the work permission to this user. Then is your e-invoice entry. Now we have also given the manual option to enter the invoice detail. In this, the user can mention the GST number, then which unit for he is entering, various supply type detail is available, he need to select the supply type. Then he has to mention what type of a document it is, whether it is a tax invoice, debit, credit note, and document number will be generated automatically. So seller detail is fetched automatically. I need to select the buyer detail, so I have selected this buyer detail. Now if in case in that drop down list the buyer detail is not mentioned, we can add the new buyer party detail through this plus option. Next we have to mention the product detail. Now in this product detail, the user will select the product name through this drop down list, then he has to mention the quantity and pricing. He hasn't mentioned the pricing, he can mention it, and now we can see that accordingly the amount is now over here. If in case line item wise discount is need to be mentioned, so we have the option of the line wise item, whether it is item discount or campaign discount or insurance or a lump sum discount detail can be mentioned, and add the item. Now the item detail will be appear over here. So in this way the user can add the multiple item detail, and in the bulk also at the end he can mention the discount amount. After entering the basic invoice information, the user can save this invoice detail, and as soon as he will save the detail, the alert message will appear that it would ask the user whether he want to generate the e-invoice or not. If I say yes, then automatically the invoice is ready to generation for the e-invoicing, or he can also generate the JSON file. For example, if I click on this JSON file, you can see very quickly this JSON file has been created, and we can see this invoice in a JSON format. And while clicking on the generate invoice, if any error will be there, automatically I will receive the error detail that yes, there is an invalid GST number, so that is why my invoice hasn't been generated. Now furthermore, it is very difficult to enter one by one invoices, so we have also the option to import the bulk invoice. I will download this Excel template, and you can see the Excel template for the multiple invoice detail is available over here. The user can mention the all multiple invoice detail through this Excel template and import the data over here, and all the invoice detail will appear in the web utility. Now from here, if in case the user want to generate the multiple GST e-invoicing, so we can select it from here, select all the invoices detail and generate the invoice, or even can generate the JSON file. If the user want to cancel the invoice, we have also the option of cancelling the invoice. We will select it over here, search if invoice will be available, select over here. So mention the reason for cancellation, whether it has been duplicated or data entry mistake, you have to mention the reasoning, and the user can easily cancel the invoice. Now after the generation, the status report is required so that the user can view the status of its invoices. In this status report, the user can see the status like whether the invoice has been generated or the cancel. So I have selected all, so all the invoice status is available over here. So from here directly the user can select for the print tab, and the user can get the invoices printed in a JSON with the iron number and QR code. This invoice can be downloaded or directly given for the print option. So you can see the invoices has been digitally signed, and the iron number is available and with the QR code. So this is how the web utility make your work easy in generating, or if in case for the cancellation on invoices can be done.
I hope you have understood that every month so many compliances are there under GST, and another extra effort is going to be added after 1st August 2023. Therefore, we recommended that an automated solution with integration of data is the best option to adopt the changes made by department. Share this video with your friends and known people who are eligible for e-invoicing after 1st August 2023. For better understanding, I am sharing the link to the notification in the description. Moreover, for better understanding of e-invoicing and the recent CBIC update, refer to the blogs given in the descriptions. If you found this video helpful, then visit the link mentioned in the description below and let us know in the comment section. Also, you can comment if you have any doubts. Give a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next Tuesday, we will come up with another interesting video to improve compliance for you. Till then, stay safe and stay tuned with us for better compliance journey.